Hello and welcome to Nltv News Now. I'm Rinki Gogoi and let's begin with the headlines. Manipur BJP, in a surprise turn of events, has decided to contest alone in the upcoming Manipur Assembly elections. While this decision was taken, NPCC President K. Theria says it holds no surprise and remains a big challenge to secure like-minded voters. Kotisu Tuzatsu and Kizari under Phek district appeal state government to shift the proposed site of Tizu River hydro project, asking to move the project above Tizu River and Tuzaru Junction. Two sitting MLA candidates who were denied party tickets to contest in the upcoming Manipur Assembly elections. BJP party workers in displeasure having allegedly ransacked party's office in Impal. Meanwhile, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh will be contesting election from Hengang. President Ramnath Kovind, during his address on the first day of budget session, said Made in India COVID-19 vaccines is playing important roles in making world free from pandemic. Union Cabinet is set to hold a meeting on 10:10 a.m. to approve the Union Budget 2023, where Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaram will present the budget of 2022 to 2023 in a paperless form on February 1 at 11 a.m. after getting the nod from the Cabinet. Let's see more of the news in details. The BJP deciding to go alone in the upcoming Manipur elections is a big challenge to secure like-minded voters, said the Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee. The NPCC President K. Theria on Sunday said that BJP dumping the Nationalist Democratic Party and Naga People's Front in Manipur is no surprise and is a pity. He said that enough strength and power has been given to the BJP to stand on its own, endangering the future of tribals, minorities, and especially freedom of religion. He further went on to say that tribals are too simple, short-sighted, short-tempered, lack tolerance and patience, who cannot remember the past and cannot see the future. He also added that the tribals have forgotten history and even ancestors for temporary gains, temporary pleasure, and temporary riches. He further added that the tribals talk about rights without understanding the other side of the coin. Theria accused the BJP of having its own dream of communal nationalism. He alleged that the Saffron Party believed in Hindustan with one language, that is Hindi, and one religion, that is Hinduism. We as tribals do not fit in the RSS or BJP's idea of nationalism, said Theria. We need freedom of religion. We cannot compromise our identity, culture, customs, and social practices. BJP contesting solo in Manipur is a big challenge to secure like-minded voters. Nagaland reported 65 new COVID-19 cases on Sunday. Dimapur reported 41 cases, Kohima 16, Mukokchung 7, and Wokha reported 1 case. Nagaland's total tally stood at 34,341, with active caseload at 884. Meanwhile, 60 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative recoveries to 31,318. Furthermore, the death toll increased to 731, with 2 fresh deaths reported on Sunday. The second phase of the eviction drive in Balijan turned violent on Sunday as protesters clashed with security forces after they were baton charged by the police for resisting the administration from initiating the demolition process on Sunday. Earlier, the Land and Revenue Department on KAAC had carried out 2 eviction drives in the Dudu colony area of Balijan and had cleared over 200 bighas of land illegally occupied by encroachers in neighboring Dimapur city in Nagaland. The Land and Revenue Department had identified a total of 134 locations in the area for carrying out the eviction drive. However, 34 individuals have obtained legal protection from Guwahati High Court and escaped the administration's bulldozers on Sunday. Tension unfolded in the area on Sunday morning after the demolition of a masjid, and residents, mostly women and children, assembled to organize a demonstration by holding placards and the Guwahati High Court's order of preventing the demolition squad from entering the area. After a series of failed negotiations, the security forces had resorted to lathi charge to disperse the crowd. Later, a team of Dimapur district administrations arrived to disperse the crowd assembled on their side of the border and brought the situation under control. However, the situation in the area continues to remain tense and may flare up at the slightest trigger. The village councils of 3 villages under Phek district, Kotisu, Tuzatsu and Kizari, have appealed the state government to shift the proposed site of Tizu River hydro project to move above the Tizu River and Tuzaru junction. The 3 villages also disagreed with a reported statement made by Nagaland's Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Neiba Kronu in the State Assembly on November 26, 2021, that land issue for the project has been resolved. Kronu then reportedly said that land issue has been resolved with the support of Chakesang Public Organization and Chakesang Youth Front. However, the 3 villages in its rejoinder stated that the concerned department had never made any formal talk and agreement with the neighboring terrace paddy field landowners of Tuzaru River Valley. They further went on to state that it is the only sole bread earner of terrace cultivation for Kotisu, Tuzatsu and Kizari village respectively. Furthermore, it indicated that the concerned department must be responsible for any havoc and damage caused, for a link without the consent and approval of the concerned villagers. In an act of displeasure over denial of party ticket to contest Manipur Assembly elections, BJP party workers allegedly ransacked party's office in Imphal on Monday. 2 candidates who were sitting MLAs have been denied party tickets, while the sitting Chief Minister N. Biren Singh will be contesting the elections from Hengang. PWD Minister in the government Thangom Biswajit Singh will contest from Tongju. Notably, the candidate list has left many disappointed, and their anger manifested in form of resignations and burning effigies of BJP leaders. Currently, the NDA led by the BJP is in majority in the assembly. This includes 30 BJP MLAs and 3 MLAs from NPP and 4 NDF and 3 independents. Manipur goes on to polls in 2 phases, February 27 and March 3, for polling on 60 assembly seats. Results will be announced on March 10. A suspected bomb blast took place in the police bazaar on Shillong on Sunday. There has been no report of casualties during the blast. The blast took place near a business establishment named Delhi Mistan Bandar. The suspects behind the blast in Shillong's police bazaar area have been identified by the police. This was informed by Meghalaya Home Minister Langkmen Rimbui. He added that he trusted the ability of the police to nab all the people involved. Meanwhile, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma has termed the bomb blast at Police Bazaar area in Shillong as cowardly act and an attempt to disrupt peace and bring harm. Sangma further said that those behind the blast will be brought to justice. In his address to joint sitting of the Parliament at Central Hall on the first day of budget session, President Ramnath Kovind on Monday said that made in India COVID-19 vaccines are playing an important role in making the world free from the pandemic. Lauding the efforts of the state governments, central government administrations, healthcare workers, frontline workers to curb COVID-19, the president said that everyone worked as a team. With the budget session of Parliament commencing on Monday, the government is all set to lay Economic Survey 2021 to 2022 along with statistical appendix in both houses. Economic Survey 2021 to 2022 and the statistical appendix is laid on the table of the Lok Sabha Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaram, while it will be tabled in Upper House a few minutes after the House assemblies at 2:30 p.m.
19 के खिलाफ इस लड़ाई में भारत के सामर्थ्य का प्रमाण कोविड वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम में नजर आया है। हमने एक साल से भी कम समय में 150 करोड़ से भी ज्यादा वैक्सीन डोज लगाने का रिकॉर्ड पार किया है। आज हम पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा वैक्सीन डोज देने वाले अग्रणी देशों में से एक हैं। आज देश में 90% से अधिक वयस्क नागरिकों को टीके की एक डोज मिल चुकी है, जबकि 70% से अधिक लोग दोनों डोज ले चुके हैं। अब तक देश में कुल 8 वैक्सीन्स को इमरजेंसी यूज के लिए स्वीकृत मिल चुकी है। भारत में बन रही 3 वैक्सीन्स को विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठन की तरफ से आपात स्थिति में उपयोग की मंजूरी भी मिली है। भारत में बन रही ये वैक्सीन्स पूरी दुनिया को महामारी से मुक्त कराने और करोड़ों लोगों का जीवन बचाने में
Union Cabinet is set to hold a meeting on Tuesday at 10:10 a.m. to approve the Union Budget 2022 to 2023. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaram will present the Union Budget 2022 to 2023 in a paperless form on February 1 at 11 a.m. after getting the nod from the Cabinet. According to the Secretariat, Sitaram will lay the Economic Survey 2021 to 2022 in Lok Sabha on January 31. Meanwhile, the budget session of Parliament commenced on Monday and is scheduled to conclude on April 8. Addressing the media ahead of the start of the budget session, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday said elections keep happening, but Parliament's budget session is very important and urged all MPs to make it fruitful. Modi said that it is today's global situation, there are a lot of opportunities for India, and asserted that a confidence is being instilled in the world for India for its economic progress, vaccination program and Made in India vaccines. Modi also called for discussions with an open mind to help the country on the path to development swiftly. The session comes ahead of assembly polls in 5 states: Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Manipur, Uttarakhand and Goa.
आज की वैश्विक परिस्थिति में भारत के लिए बहुत अवसर मौजूद है। ये बजट सत्र विश्व में सिर्फ भारत की आर्थिक प्रगति, भारत में वैक्सीनेशन का अभियान, भारत की अपनी खोजी हुई वैक्सीन पूरी दुनिया में एक विश्वास पैदा कर रही है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि सभी आदरणीय सांसद, सभी राजनीतिक दल खुले मन से उत्तम चर्चा करके देश को प्रगति के रास्ते पर ले जाने में, उसमें गति लाने में अवश्य मददरूप होंगे। लेकिन मैं सभी सांसदों से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि चुनाव अपनी जगह पे हैं, वो चलते रहेंगे, लेकिन हम सदन में ये बजट सत्र एक प्रकार से पूरे वर्ष भर का खाका खींचता है और इसलिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होता है। हम पूरी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ इस बजट सत्र को जितना ज्यादा फलदायी बनाएंगे, आने वाला पूरा वर्ष हमें नई आर्थिक ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाने के लिए भी
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to address the 30th National Commission for Women Foundation Day program on Monday at 4:30 p.m. via video conferencing. Modi took down to Twitter to inform the same. Union Minister for Women and Child Development Smriti Irani will also be present in the program. Meanwhile, the theme of the program is She, the Change Maker, which aims at celebrating the achievements of women in various fields. Delhi's air quality moved to the very poor category on Monday. The System of Air Quality and Weather Forecasting and Research informed that the overall air quality index has recorded at 302. Earlier on Sunday, the AQI was recorded at 282, thereby standing in the poor category. Meanwhile, SAFAR in its daily bulletin advised people belonging to sensitive groups to avoid all physical activity outdoor and further advised keeping relief medicine handy if one is asthmatic. Furthermore, India Meteorological Department on Monday morning informed that the minimum temperature plunged down to 8 degrees Celsius in Delhi. India recorded 2,09,918 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, taking the active case load to 18,31,268. Meanwhile, India recorded 2,62,628 recoveries in the last 24 hours, which increased the total recoveries to 3,89,76,122. Furthermore, the daily positivity rate stood at 15.77%. After more than 5 hours of play, Rafael Nadal won the Australian Open and broke his three-way tie with Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer to claim the record for most Grand Slam titles in men's singles tennis history. Nadal's 21st Grand Slam title on Sunday came against the number 2 ranked players in the world, Daniil Medvedev, in the final 2-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4, 7-5. Coming from 2 sets behind, Nadal's victory marked his first Australian Open win since 2009. Meanwhile, Nadal said that it was one of the most emotional nights in his tennis career, and to share the night with Medvedev has been an honor. Thank you, viewers. That's all for now. For more updates, keep watching Nltv Sab Manulagawas.